Hey, welcome to the channel here. My name is Fiki. I stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Time. I usually stream Call of Duty Cold War. However, sometimes we stream other games. We even make a bunch of other YouTube videos. Sometimes I make videos on Twitch streaming, etiquette, all kinds of other cool stuff. Let me know if you have any questions below in the comments, if you want me to make any kind of video specifically to Call of Duty or even streaming. This gameplay footage, however, is kind of old. It's not extremely old, but it was on the old gen console before I managed to get a Series X. What you're seeing here is the Stoner. This is before I got the gun gold. However, I still am using all the attachments in this class setup that I am going to give you guys today. I still use this setup to this day on the current gen whenever, lobbies get extremely sweaty. So the first thing what you're going to want to do is go to the Stoner, put on a muzzle. You want to put the agency suppressor on here, okay? I'll tell you why later. Task Force barrel, the 21.8. Then you're going to go over to the underbarrel, field agent grip. The magazine, you want to put the Salvo 125 round fast mag. And for the handle, you want to put an airborne elastic grip. Okay, the reason for all this is very, very specific. Okay, so the agency suppressor is going to reduce your recoil, and it's also going to keep you off the minimap. The minimap, when you're playing large-scale game modes like 12v12 or even 6v6, it's kind of a must. You want to stay off the minimap. And two, the next thing is the Task Force barrel. The Task Force barrel increases your damage. Okay, it also helps you with bullet velocity and also helps you with a little bit of recoil control, if I'm not mistaken. That alone will help you get your kills a lot faster and do a lot of damage. Even if someone calls in an attack chopper, it's not a cavalry barrel where it's designed to take out streaks, but this gun will still do 4% more damage, which means when it takes out streaks, you're doing a little bit extra damage anyways. So that comes in clutch for that as well. The next thing is you want to put on the underbarrel, which is your grip. The underbarrel grip that you're going to put on here is the field agent grip, and the field agent grip is going to help you out with a lot of things here. It's going to increase your vertical and horizontal recoil control almost by 15% for each of them, basically. And then you're going to want to do the elastic airborne grip. And the elastic airborne grip is kind of amazing because it's going to allow you to drop shot people. It's going to allow you to not be flinching whenever you're getting shot at, and allowing you to maintain that recoil control whenever you're actually shooting. So it's going to be phenomenal. I personally don't need to run a 3x scope on this gun. I like to run the iron sights because I actually really enjoy the iron sights. But some people don't like to run the iron sights. Some people like to run a 3x scope, and they remove the elastic airborne grip. That I completely understand. The 125 round mag, the salvo round mag that I put on here is very, very important, because when you put on the Task Force barrel on this gun, it reduces your ammo all the way to 95 basically. So even with the Task Force barrel, your ammo isn't fully at 125 or what it should be at. It's limited because you're running the Task Force barrel. So you really, really want to run that 125 round salvo mag, just because your ammo is already reduced because you're running a Task Force barrel. And with the salvo round, you're going to be at 116 rounds per mag rather than 125. I really, really recommend it. And the next thing, another reason for having the salvo mag is it's going to allow you to reload and get into those gunfights a lot faster and re-engage with people. Kind of sad part about this gameplay is I ended up not having my full streaks that I normally run. I usually run like a gunship, strafe run, or even a war machine. I very rarely or seldom run a UAV. VTOLs are pretty good, but the issue with VTOLs are if they have a SAM turret, you're getting shot out of the air extremely fast, or even with the air patrol. The cool thing about the strafe run in season 4, or I think it was season 3 when they dropped it, is the fact that it acts kind of like a air patrol in itself. So it's pretty amazing. You're going to see me being a little cheeky with the gunboat here, but this map is just god-awful. I can't stand this map. I mean, literally all everyone does is just snipe. I think the most killed by weapon for me is the Tundra, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to actually look the stat up, but for me, the number one killed by weapon is the Tundra. I've been killed by snipers more than any other gun in this game, which is kind of ridiculous to think about it, right? Oh man, snipers, they need a buff or whatever. People always complain about it. But for me, it's just it's the complete opposite. I've been killed by snipers more than any other gun in the game. Because normally, they're not even near you. They're 100 meters away. You're not even in a gunfight with these guys, and they're killing you, right? But yeah, so if you're going for also high kill games, the coolest thing to do for high kill games I would recommend is playing game modes like Assault or 12v12, for the simple reason you're going to have a ton of people in the lobby, which means you're going to be able to, instead of kill a 6v6 game, you're going to have 12v12, which means a lot more people for you to kill. 2, it also means extended game time. This actual video was a total of 30 whole minutes. I probably trimmed it down to 10 minutes. I don't even know how long the video is yet because I'm just doing an audio recording over it right now. But this game mode right here can last you anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes. And if you're going for a high kill game, you could easily get like 150, 200 kill game. I've seen people hit 400, 500 kills on this game mode. And simply by actually holding the game to go on further. Because what you can do is when you're on the hard point or the objective and you can test it with the opponent, you know, the time starts running down. But instead of letting the time run down, you basically keep the time paused. So as soon as you're on the objective, the time stops, just like in regular hardpoint. People would extend the time frame for this game mode. And then the next thing they would do is they would do the exact same thing in overtime. So if they would tie the first round and then they would go into overtime, they do a very similar thing in overtime, but they'd still win the overtime because that's when you want to win. Because if you lose overtime, it's just game over, right? But yeah, I definitely would recommend doing things like that. If you're trying to go for high kill games, I'd recommend running with a squad if that is your goal, because it is very hard to manipulate things by yourself because, you know, it's one of you and there's 11 other people trying to do something else, right? So I would definitely recommend if you're going to play 12v12 and you're going to go for specific things on here, run with a squad. Unless you're just trying to slay out, a solo man for this is usually doable. Unless you go against like a nice stacked team, it becomes kind of a frustrating game to play. However, we're going to get back onto here of the Stoner. The Stoner is phenomenal. It has absolutely no fucking recoil. The gun has insane amount of ammo, does shitloads of damage. It's by far, I think, one of the most overpowered weapons in the game. I'd put the Stoner, the 74U, and the Tundra probably like in a small little box and be like, yeah, this is what runs Cold War. If I had to choose 3 guns, like these are the 3 main guns, I feel like. I mean, the RPD is still phenomenal. I personally, if I'm not mistaken, have a better stat ratio with the RPD than with the Stoner, but I just still prefer the Stoner. And I still see a lot more people using the Stoner over the RPD and other LMGs. But if I did have to put like a gun, like choose 3 guns for this game that are probably the most abundant, it's definitely the Stoner, the Tundra, and the AK-74U. Those guns get overused like ridiculously. Also, what you're seeing right now is I'm doing a spawn trap with the gunboat. So I'm not doing it very well because these guys were actually very mad at me for doing this, more or less, because like they came at me. But if you're on the very, very last objective, you know, you have them pushed all the way into their last objective and you're about to win the game, what you can do is you can take a gunboat and park it where I'm like in the water right now, and you could just aim it straight at the main carrier boat right here, and they'll just keep spawning in front of you. You could kill like 20 or 30 of them without even having to actually work for the kills, more or less. But I didn't manage to actually do that so well this game. More or less my kills came from the Stoner. But yeah, I'm again not a big fan of this map. If you're going to play 12v12, the best maps for getting high kills I'd recommend is Cartel or Miami. Armada and Crossroads, they're doable maps, but the issue with them is they're so long and large, it gives snipers the advantage to just pick you off. Like, you could be in a gunfight with 3 other people, and this guy could be across the map and just looking at you and dome you. Right, with at least Cartel, yes, you can still get sniped, but like it's a little bit more constrained, rather than being such an open map. Like, that guy was trying to snipe me, but I was at least kind of close to him, nonetheless. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like. Please, you know, subscribe to the channel. If you didn't, can you do like the opposite, I guess? Like, dislike the video and like leave a comment letting me know, hey, you need to do this instead, or you should quit COD, you know? I mean, I'm not really that goated, but like I am somewhat decent. Like, there's like average COD players and there's goated COD players. I'm just like above average, I would say, at least. I mean, at least I would think I would know what I'm talking about for a guy that's going 100 and whatever I did this game. So yeah. Also, cool fact about the Stoner here. I think you'll see a clip of me actually taking out a gunship in this gameplay, which is phenomenal. I don't know if it actually popped up or not. I think it's probably early on in this video or this game. I took out a whole gunship with the Stoner. This thing will literally laser a gunship, and it's crazy to think that the bullets from this will reach a gunship. But you can't shoot out a harp. So I've tried with the Stoner. You can shoot out almost every streak with this gun. The only thing you can't shoot out is a strafe run and a harp. For the most part, you can shoot out any other streak in the air, including a VTOL. Here's the clip. Yeah, so perfect, right? I'm literally able to land all my shots. I mean, granted, my teammates are also helping me with their rockets and everything, but I'm landing all my shots, you know. And for a Stoner to be able to land all those shots, it's fucking amazing. I do hope you guys did enjoy the video again, like I said. If you didn't like it, just feel free to dislike it and let me know. You know, I'm happy. Hope you have a blessed one.